Footloose, 1984, is basically the teen rebellion movie of the 80s. We're talking rock anthems, forbidden love, small-town drama, and more crazy dance sequences than you can shake a leg at. Seriously, it totally captures what being young and restless in the 80s felt like. So here's the deal. Ren McCormack, played by a young Kevin Bacon, is just your average city kid from Chicago who gets uprooted and dropped into the middle of quiet, super strict Beaumont, Utah. Immediately, Ren finds out that dancing, rock music, and even some books are totally banned. Why? Mostly because the town's preacher, Reverend Shaw Moore, John Lithgow, blamed all that fun stuff for his son's deadly accident. But you can't keep a good dancer down. Ren doesn't just fall for the preacher's wild daughter Ariel, Laurie Singer. He also sparks a teenage uprising, befriending awkward Willard, Chris Penn, outsmarting small-town rules and rallying Beaumont's kids to fight for their right to party at prom. Along the way, there's a legendary game of chicken with tractors, solo dance rage in a warehouse, and enough Bible versus teenager debates to fill a Sunday school. And, of course, it all builds up to that huge prom just across county lines, where they finally get to cut loose, Ariel's jerk ex gets clocked, and everyone's on their feet. Let's talk about those iconic moments. You know that scene where Ren unloads all his frustration in a warehouse to moving pictures? Never. Pure 80s magic. Crazy fact. Kevin Bacon had 4 different doubles for that scene. Dance, stunt, gymnastics, you name it. What you probably didn't know, Footloose is kinda based on a true story. Back in Elmore City, Oklahoma, dancing was banned for nearly a century. In 1980, some high school kids fought for their prom, and the mayor literally broke the tie. It was the first dance in 82 years. Dean Pitchford heard this and wrote the screenplay. The movie was almost called Cheek to Cheek. There's a ton of wild behind-the-scenes info too. Tom Cruise and Rob Lowe could have been Ren if things played out differently. Cruise was busy, Lowe was hurt. Kevin Bacon trained like crazy for the dance scenes. Now he jokes that he feels like a trained monkey anytime the song plays at weddings. Sometimes he pays DJs not to play it. Chris Penn actually couldn't dance, so his character learned on screen, wrestling moves and all. A ton of scenes were shot in Utah. Bacon even worked a real shift at Lehigh Roller Mills. The original director got fired for going overboard, so Herbert Ross stepped in and took over. And oh man, the soundtrack is next level. Sold more than 9 million albums in the US alone, and it's packed with hits. Footloose by Kenny Loggins, Let's Hear It for the Boy by Denise Williams, Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler, Almost Paradise by Mike Reno and Ann Wilson, Dancing in the Sheets by Shalimar. 2 songs landed at #1 and were both up for Oscars. When it first came out, critics were kinda split. Some called it trashy teenage cheese, but everyone agreed it was super high energy and that Bacon had serious star power. Now, it's a total classic. There's a Broadway musical, a 2011 remake, and that music still gets played at weddings and proms after all these years. Fun facts to impress your friends: the opening credits show over 150 pairs of feet look for Kenny Loggins in gold shoes. Kevin Bacon got so nervous filming the town council speech he broke out in hives. Sarah Jessica Parker basically snagged her role as Rusty after tons of auditions. The bar scene was shot at a spot in Provo you can't find anymore. Bottom line, Footloose isn't just that Kevin Bacon dance movie. It's about youth, freedom, pushing back against dumb rules, and finding your voice, plus unforgettable tunes, killer moves, and so much energy. 40 years later, people still dance to it, quote it, and feel it when that legendary sax kicks in. So yeah, cut loose and relive the magic of Footloose.